And so understand that the ability to make money and create wealth are two very different things, motherfucker. And if you do not know how to create wealth, I am here to teach you how to create wealth so that you will not end your stupid ass up in an apartment complex when you're in your 60s and 70s, because that would break my heart because I love you so much. So let's get started. So you need to understand something. First and foremost, credit is good. If you can keep good credit, meaning you pay your bills on time and you've got good credit north of 700, right? Then you're in a position where whether you're buying a house or a car or a boat, by the way, you should never buy a boat. And I know like Cardone and whoever else will tell you to go buy a boat or a plane, and they can buy it because they also know how to justify it and take the write-off. You ought to consider this model. If it flies or floats, rent it. Now, you've heard the real saying, which is if it flies, floats, or fucks, rent it. I don't necessarily agree with the fucking part. I'm not down to fuck a hooker. I'm not down to fuck a prostitute. I don't judge what you guys do, but I'm just telling you that if it flies or floats, rent it for many reasons. Why? Because when I take a private charter, I don't have to house that plane later. It gets housed somewhere else because it's someone else's plane. It's just on the NetJet network or whatever private jet network that we're using. If I'm having a party on a yacht somewhere off the Newport Beach coast, that yacht and the chef and the crew are all rented. I don't have to worry about where it's parked and if it's maintained and how much it's costing me. See, I don't want to put a lot of holes in my bucket where money keeps pouring out. And then my job then becomes to be this monkey where you're just cranking this monkey to make a lot of money. I want to have as much freedom as possible with the least amount of liability. And if I've got a plane in a hangar and a boat at a fucking boatyard and all these other things, then I'm in a position of having a lot of liability unless I can figure out how to monetize it, which is a different story. So if it flies or floats, rent it. That said, understand that credit is good.